Wow.
Okay, let's go.
Is it 22 of 23?
I don't know. I think 21.
Nee,
Who
Don't
skipped?
know.
is nie 21.
Okay, we're
Okay, dis
recording. Let's go.
okay. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Tales from the Towers. Joining me again is Noemsie, Nico, and Arno, and this is episode 22. Hi guys.
Hello.
I
How are you?
Hi, everybody.
How are you guys today?
okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
I am
Excellent.
smiling. I am smiling. My kids are back from holiday, so I'm smiling.
Shame, you lucky, man. You
I'm
lucky.
painting myself. I'm supposed to be painting the walls.
I can.
Well, my kids are driving me crazy. My daughter has a friend here, and the whole time, please, I want to play with my phone. I want this. I'm like, no, no, no. Today, okay, I was sick for 3 days, booked off for 3 days, but I decided I can't handle it anymore. I'm coming to work.
Oh, is that why you came back to work? I was wondering. You had 3 days rest, but you didn't really.
No, I couldn't. It was too much.
Shame. Okay, so what are we talking about today, ladies?
What do we have on our infrastructure? What do we have that keeps us better than the other providers in terms?
Yeah. Okay. So there's a few things backup wise. I mean, I think we've spoken at length about our backup power systems and solar and battery backups. I think we've spoken at length about that. What Arnu is, I think maybe we must jump in. Arnu, do you want to tell us your weekend? Okay, myself, you, and Thandi sat in our office from 7 until 1 with upstream provider downtime.
How many phone
And
calls?
we were, at one stage, we were so stressed out, we were close to singing Kumbaya because it's out of our hands. There's nothing we can do, and the phones keeps on ringing. And obviously, we got through that. Decided, listen, it's always been on the cards. It's been a long process of getting a backup upstream supplier. And I mean, I think you can take it there. You got your panties in a knot and jumped in the car on Monday.
Now, look, we were looking for a backup fiber supply since 2019. We actually went and had bunches and bunches of meetings. And I think we were just too inexperienced, literally
Yeah.
too inexperienced, because everybody was speaking all this IPT and DIA and NAS and ASNs and things. And everybody was wanting 50,000 Rand and 100,000 Rand from us, which was really irritating because they couldn't explain exactly what they were going to give to us. So, yes, we went down this weekend with Liquid Telecom, hundreds and hundreds of phone calls that we made to them because we knew that Liquid Telecom was up. I should probably not mention names. Are you going to take that out?
Mm.
Yeah. And the final resolution that we got in a very, very scientific language, I'll actually read you the very, very scientific language. I hope I'm not going to make enemies here, but this is what the final resolution was. Um, as per investigation, we are observed loss at Cape Maiden, ADVA DWN NW port. Someone disturbed patch tail. Link is restored after technician reconnected patch tail at 216N. Currently link is stable and working. Fine. We are close this case from our end. If you will face any issues, please log new fault. And in very plain language, it means somebody pulled out our cable. They pulled out our cable. So I had my, like you said, knickers in a knot, and I climbed into the car on Monday and went to go see them and was met at dead man's door. Phone calls weren't answered. And so I had to just drive around and start looking for alternative providers and found a company and they were actually very welcoming and invited me into their offices. The security even let me through because everywhere you go in Techno Park in Pretoria, where all the major ISP players are, you have to have appointments. They don't allow hawkers, and I'm in such a desperate situation. Anybody that will see me, I'll go see. And I think I struck it lucky. I was very lucky. Met a company there that actually took me in and then started explaining on a whiteboard where the infrastructure is and how things work. And it looks like it's a company that's got many, many divisions from PABXs and VoIP systems and fiber install teams, etc., etc. And then I actually made a deal with them, and so we're on a 2 month trial. We found another fiber provider in Tonga Mall, and now we're patching in our network to their network, which isn't simple. It's really a complex process of getting these two networks talking together. But they've been very accommodating and helpful, and they've got excellent expertise. A guy called Peter he's a whiz, and he's logged into our routers and shown us a couple of things, and we've learned a lot. So that's the next step, is to get a backup link. So we've got backup this and backup generators and backup solar power and backup batteries, but we do not have a backup fiber supplier. And it literally amazes me that we only have one fiber supplier in the area, and so many things are told about who's here, and to build the infrastructure into our office just cost so much money. And at least we came right with these guys, and we've got uh, another fiber link in Tonga Mall, and now we've installed our equipment, and we'll probably be provisioning it tomorrow and getting that right. Liquid Telecom has sent us another notification that they're going to do another upgrade, and hopefully they don't unpatch our stuff another time. There's a big ISP in Mozambique that needs a 100 gig connection. And so they're upgrading the network to accommodate the big ISP in Mozambique. I've actually spoken to the big ISP in Mozambique to negotiate a deal if we can get some backup link from him as well. So that's, I won't say at an advanced stage, but we are in talks, WhatsApp talks, and hopefully we get a backup link to him. Our problem is that our fiber line that goes from our office, if anybody knows the Komatipoort layout, goes all along the Transnet tracks. All these Transnet tracks have fiber next to them. And then it goes to the dry port, and from the dry port, it goes all the way with the Transnet tracks. And the weakness is at Kaap Maiden and the Gorge, because trains derail and they take the fiber with them. And we're betting a company and hoping that a train doesn't derail and take our fiber off for 4 days. We cannot work like that. We cannot have that type of network. And it's dumb to build a business on a wish that the internet doesn't go down because a train derails, or somebody cuts an overhead fiber, or there's a felt fire and it burns the poles. We cannot work like that. And there are other suppliers that takes alternative routes through Mozambique. Dark Fiber Africa is one of them. OpenServe is another. OpenServe has been a nightmare. I'm sorry, but just because we're such a small player, 1 gig is to them is literally change. They're talking 100 gigs. The prices that these guys pay, I do not want to know. I do not mean the South Africans, I mean the Mozambicans. I do not want to know what they pay, honestly. It's going to be thousands or hundreds of thousands of US dollars per month that they pay to get into South Africa and through to Cape Town, where another 100 gig line is. So that it's big players. And all the chats that I have with the guy, he kind of laughs and he says, um, he knows that he gets primary attention because he's a layer one. In other words, he's very important, and he's taking a chunk of bandwidth. 100 gigs bandwidth is massive, and we're playing around with that 1, 2, 3 gigs of data that we want. And I respect that. It's a bigger player, and we need to get our alternatives ways out of Komatipoort and not through the gorge. And that's what we're looking at now. It's been just such a learning curve to figure out where all these fiber lines are going. I don't know if you guys know why Transnet laid the fiber in the 80s. Have you ever heard the story?
I heard the half story when you told one of the ladies that came in. It was for all of the banks and the home affairs, so that if you want to withdraw money, you can just put your thumb or something around there. Not
It's
Yeah, they rolled out the big network. Yeah.
They rolled out a big network because they wanted to tie all the government departments together to make it one department. In pre-election era, the plan was to have not just the Home Affairs and then a municipal office and then a licensing department. They wanted one civil organization that handles all of that, and they also wanted to automate that via ATM. So to renew your driver's license, you go to an ATM, not a bank ATM, a government ATM, and you pop in your money into the teller that you owe for your driver's license. It takes a picture and it prints the card there and then. You had one ID card, so which we're going towards now, but I don't ever think the government departments will join. But the idea was to have one database for your ID documents, one database for your licensing documents, one database to pay your levies and your water and electricity, one database to for home ownership, to see whose home it is, things like that, which would have been quite nice, I think, personally. And also, you'll see all the fiber places where they come together are close to police stations. So the protection is there. And even when you walk in Komatipoort and you go to the Telkom POP, point of presence, where all the fiber gets together, amazing building. You know, if you stand in front of that building, first of all, I just enjoy the architecture. It's like really solidly built. Huge generators. We're not talking these tiny little putt generators. It's built into the building. This massive exhaust pipe is built out of this building. The whole building looks like a truck with the exhaust pipe in it. So you can imagine the fumes that come out of that thing when it gets started. That thing will probably run hours and hours or days and days. And obviously the police were there to protect it. So they really thought this out and how it's going to work. But now we've got about 320,000 kilometers of fiber cable all along the railways. And like you know, the railways are decrepit and going. And all the fibers along those railways, Open Serve looking after it at the moment. And we need to utilize that fiber. We need to use that fiber. And we need to find alternative routes out of Komatipoort to get additional fiber. There's another company called DFA, or Dark Fiber Africa. They also have fiber in the area, but not on the railway track. So that's next. Where are they? Let's light us up. Come on. Call it dark fiber. And the moment that you put light through there, they light it up. And then you've actually got communication there. So that's what we're working at the moment. It's just been a hectic, stressful, weird and wonderful couple of weeks. That's why we missed last week's podcast. Just finding out where everything is running. It's impossible. Nobody knows. It's just there's no map. The most info I actually got was from the guy from Mozambique who actually told, no, this is there, that's there. He knows more than me.
And I'd like to jump in here. Something that, again, in the 9 years we've been partners, I think between the two of us, this has popped up 6 or 7 or 8 times. And again, this week with Peter assisting, it is in general, it is amazing to see how IT tech people, call us geek, whatever, share knowledge. It's not a closed book. It's not a I'm not going to share my knowledge. I'm not going to help you. I know there's a lot of industries out there where people tend to keep their IP for themselves and listen, pay me, I'll do it for you type of thing. I don't know
Not
if
the
you
top
want to go
guys.
on.
No, not the top guys. You've got your theory about that. My theory is that with open source software and where the internet started, it was so the internet started because America was afraid of a world war, was afraid of World War III being attacked by Russia during the Cold War. So they wanted to interlink all the universities and share the knowledge and basically make sure the one professor has the other professor's knowledge on his computer. So if the West Coast get bombed, the East Coast at least has that knowledge. And the very first internet was built by the military called DARPANET. And DARPANET involved into the internet in the 1960s. And I think there it was a very academic thing where the academics shared information. And that's where the open source software and everything developed. Unix went into Linux, and all the modern routers and stuff is built on Linux. And I think the top boys that really study it, it's sharing. They want to share knowledge. All the top techs that I've met want to share knowledge with everybody. They usually give you some homework and say, yes, the answer you're looking for is on page 968 of this 1,800 page book. Look for it there. Go do your research, go do some reading, and then come back to me. Once you've read, then I'll give you some more info. But guys like Peter is unique. He actually jumps in and works very quickly and shows you some stuff, and then he lets you practice. So, we've met Shaheen as well, who's been very open and nice. Yeah, it's been really interesting how they've helped us. There's some top boys in this country. I'm telling you, there's some really, really, really clever people in this country, and I've always seen it from a business perspective, but getting that technical knowledge is really, really interesting and really, really difficult. It takes years and years and years of studying. Our eyes have opened, to put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah. We were actually, me and Niku had so many aha moments looking at each other. Is that how you do it? Oh, is that how you do it? Is that how you do it?
Like in the cartoons, that light bulb that pops up. Yeah, we've had a few of those light bulbs light up.
Yeah. So that's the week. That's been the week. Stressful week, but I think we're getting there. And honestly, everything just comes back to the clients. We must keep the clients happy. We must give the clients the best speed. We must give the clients the best price. And all of this that we're battling and pushing and whatever is to get the clients the best connection. So always keep that in mind. Everything revolves around the clients.
I think one of the big things why we feel like that is like Saturday sitting there in the office. I mean, Noemsie Thandi didn't have to be there. Frikkie didn't have to be there. They were there holding our hands. And that the stress and stuff, I feel there's companies out there that actually will just sit back. I've sent out an update. There's nothing I can do about this. And then go on with their lives. But I think the way we've built this business, the way we've structured everything with the staff, I mean, everybody's invested. It's like a family. So, I mean, our first network breakdown like that, it was just the two of us sitting there. And to think how many years later, out of their own, there's two people extra sitting there, and there's nothing we can do. But I mean, we're feeling like what at one stage I said, it feels like I'm constantly being kicked in the nut. But that's a personal feeling. I mean, it's not like my phone was ringing. We were sitting there and we stressed out because we know the clients want to watch the rugby. We did get a few of those. Listen, is the internet going to be on before the rugby starts? But still, we take that personally. It's not part of what we promise our clients. It's not part of what we try to offer our clients. So we do take that really seriously. We take that on the chin. It's a personal knock on us because we're not living up to our part of the of what we promised, and that's why.
But you know what? Yeah, Nico, it should be like opening your tap and getting water. That's how it should be. Your Wi-Fi, clients shouldn't think about it. It should just be there.
Yeah.
And it's so frustrating because what more could we have done? Because we would have thought that the same kind of thought and care would have gone into implementing the big infrastructure into Nelspruit, into Johannesburg. It was just so frustrating to me. Internet should just be on, always, always, always. You shouldn't have to think about it. So, yeah, I don't want to comment anymore. I'm not going to say anything more about that. All that I know is I'm going to build so many backup links into this province in Kumasi or this municipality that it's going to become Silicon Valley. There's going to be backups of backups of backups. I want 100 gigs of fiber in here as well. And internet should just be ubiquitous. Everybody should have it. Nobody should. Can I get internet? Yep. It's covered, Yeah, but I'm on a mountain next to Hector Spruit living in a wooden hut. It's covered. We've got you. Don't worry. So
We're
that's
gonna
how
get
far I
there.
want to go. I must say that my family has been really, really great with this grumpy old man because I take it so personally. The kids actually jumped into the car with me and went to Joburg with me. They were probably looking and hoping for a good meal, and we stopped in Dahlstrom and had a quiche. So that was the good meal that they had. It was just frantic from place to place to place. They were playing in parking lots. They saw new parking lots in Pretoria, running around buildings, Tuscan buildings. But that's what they saw of Joburg was the highway and the parking lot. Shame. I felt so sorry for them. And then my wife's also been bearing with me. So kudos to my family. I'm really grateful that they actually bear with me through these times and when things aren't going easy.
Girls, I think we must, like, for episode 30 or 40 or something like that, really focus on what our families and our support structures actually are holding our hands and supporting us. I think that would be a nice topic for one of the round numbers to remember. Like 30 was the big one. Maybe we should do that. Because
Definitely.
I mean, if I look at where I would have been without the two boys, I don't know. My family is Arno's family, so I mean, even without them, I don't know. It's. I think we should make a whole episode about that.
Yeah, I don't know what book starts with the summer of my discontent. January the 1st was the summer of my discontent, some Dickens novel. And this has been the summer of my discontent. 2024, pre-COVID. And when we battled to on the towers, that was kind of 2024 was rough. Really, really, really. Um, there were a couple. I don't think it's ever been this bad. Honestly, it's never been this hard. But that if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So
Yeah, we say that a
yeah,
lot.
But
let
we're
this be
doing
a lesson, girls. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it, and thank you guys for
Hard times
sticking
make
with
strong
us.
people.
Yeah, that's a fact. I've been doing all the talking. Noemsie, what you been up to? Come on, what you ladies been up to?
I just wanted to add something earlier.
Hmm?
Nico mentioned that you guys were there alone in the office. I want to apologize, but I want to
No,
assure you, David's phone, my phone, Sandro's phone, Fricky's phone, it was ringing crazy. We certainly weren't there with you in the office, but we were there answering phone calls with you guys.
we know, we know.
And the worst
So
is your internet was up.
I'm sorry. I was watching movies, answering the phone calls. I'm sorry. It will come back now. I'm just
We had
joking,
to
but
install we had to install Noemsie with a competitor because there's no line of sight. She went with a fiber competitor and they were up. Oh, that's so bad. But
Yeah.
anyway,
running
no.
smoothly. It was fun. The good stuff.
Mm.
So Doesn't
Tandiva,
help.
how's the...
It's
Doesn't
not
help?
working. It doesn't help you have Wi-Fi, but it's not working properly. Busy typing the whole time. Watching a movie buffers. It's nice to have a seamless internet connection.
Yeah, that you're doing the videos on that now, right?
Yes, I am doing. I was busy with network service, and then now I'm busy with network congestion. After network congestion, it's going to be packet losses. I'm busy with that one
Latency.
now.
Okay, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be really interesting. Tandiva, how's the studies going?
Okay, so I'm finishing off with the book, and then I've made all my orders to be in time for studying, and I've made my payments. So now
Okay.
even just wait on my laptop, and I've also got a monitor. I'm so excited, actually.
Gonna be interesting. If you've got any questions, ask Niku.
Yeah,
I will.
I'm a good teacher.
I'll
I
just
love explaining things.
and just be like, I have this question, and I've been crying for days about it.
I went through your curriculum. It was interesting. That honestly, the only subject that I kind of feel is relevant there, if you do not want to become like a full stack engineer, is AI. The AI bit. So I found interesting. But it was also, what was it? It was the ethics of AI. What is the subject?
Yes, it was.
So what's the ethics of AI? Everybody should be using it. If you're not using it, you're going to get behind. And why memorize everything? Because AI is going to do it for you anyway. Don't understand.
I think when when you can go to university now and study ethical hacking, so I think the ethical in front is just to they should have maybe just called it good practices.
No.
Because so no, ethical AI is basically just don't tell the bot to kill somebody. I think,
No. Yeah. Build a
or
bomb.
steal
Build me a
money,
bomb.
or or launder money, or write a virus or something like that.
You won't believe it.
Because I
I
mean,
studied
think about it.
medicine. Sorry, go on, Niku.
Yeah, think about it. With AI, it's as easy as asking ChatGPT to write me a computer virus to screw up my boss's PC. As easy as that.
When I studied medicine, we had ethics in medicine, obviously, and there were some weird things in there, like gene cloning was a no-no. They splicing and stuff wasn't even available then. What was the other thing? We had a debate on what would you do if a kid was born with a tail. There was actually a whole debate about that.
Cut it off.
The problem is the gene continues in the pool. So even if you cut it off, yeah. So anyway, that's yeah. So Thandi is starting to study. Noemsie is doing videos in an American accent. I love your American accent.
Well done, darling.
So is that AI?
Doing great, don't worry, right?
But honestly, that's AI, right?
It's me just pretending in front of you guys that I can't speak English, all right?
So let's be honest here. Noemsie gave her voice to an AI bot to train, and now she's using that voice for voiceovers.
Look, when black people they hear me talking over the phone and then they hear me speak Afrikaans, they're like, no, it wasn't the same thing. You guys haven't had to speak English to a British.
And we cloned Thandi as well. We made her an AI. The stuff out there is crazy, but don't worry, I killed that AI. It's gone now.
Did you
It's still
bury
on
it and
Facebook.
everything?
No, I delete. I tore up the credit card, and it bounced, so it's dead. It died.
Just post one on Facebook. Didn't she post one on Facebook? It wasn't
Did she?
moving around.
Oh yes, she did
That was
do
for
one.
the text on the WhatsApp groups.
Did you post any of your AIs, of your clones?
No, I posted one on WhatsApp just to remind the text, please make sure you close your checklist.
Oh, yes. Yes, but but I'm telling you that technology is going to get really, really good. It's going to become so good that you're not going to notice. I promise you, it's happening. But look, the family's back, and I think they want to use the kitchen. You don't want to
Yeah,
use the
well,
kitchen.
I like to catch up with the boys as well. I've only had like 15 minutes with them, so they've got a lot of stories.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, awesome, guys. Thank you for a good one. See you tomorrow.
Excellent. Thank you. Love you. All. See you tomorrow. Another
Cheers.
big day.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.